Alright, so what we're going to be making is a drawing that looks kind of like a stained glass window with black marker and crayons. So what I started with was just a square piece of white paper, and then I took my marker and I just outlined along the edge. So I put like another piece of paper underneath just so I wouldn't get marker on my surface, but I wanted to make it more of a square shape for this project, just to make it a little different from using a rectangle paper. And then I used some lids from containers to make some circles. And I would suggest working with pencil first as you're drawing, but I'm using markers so that I can show you easily on a video. Sometimes pencil doesn't really show up very well on a video. So I'm tracing around that circle again, making the lines darker and thicker, easier to see, and helps to kind of straighten out any of the edges that might get a little bumpy looking or not quite meeting up. Okay, so I did a large circle, and then I also had another smaller circle tracer. Another idea is to use a cup and just trace the top or the bottom of the cup. And again, making this one darker and thicker. So they can overlap if you want, they don't have to. The design is up to you. Okay, and then I did a half a circle up here going off my paper. There we go. So that was enough for my circles. And then I had a ruler to make some nice straight lines. And you can, play around with this and figure out where you think your lines will look best. You could just stick to all verticals or all horizontals, or you can change it up, do some verticals, some horizontals, some diagonals. It's your choice, your design. Okay, and then I did some couple diagonals here also, and a couple more verticals. If you don't have a ruler, sometimes like the edge of a piece of cardboard would work out nicely too. And another in here, and did a couple diagonals as well. So I did, I think, about 6 lines total for my other design. And I did go back over them, the lines, making them darker and thicker as well. I had one going this way. go. So with only 6 lines and 3 circles, I got a nice design for my window. And then I went ahead and I colored in with crayon in some of the different spaces. I pressed hard with the crayon to make it look as like shiny as possible, I guess. And I decided not to color in all the spaces. You might look at yours and decide you want to color in all the spaces. That's totally up to you. And I hope you enjoyed doing your stained glass window design inspired by Frank Lloyd Wright.